So, ever since Gunther defeated Jey Uso surprisingly on Monday Night Raw to reclaim the World Heavyweight Championship, one question has been on my mind. What is next for Jey Uso? Because this is a guy that WWE spent so long trying to build up into a legit main eventer, giving him the nickname Main Event Jey Uso. And this is now the second time that we have seen Jey Uso have a really short title reign. So that is the purpose of today's video, is to look at the road ahead for Jey Uso and try to pick where it goes from here. Before we get too far ahead in the video, I want to say that if you are a WWE fan, consider subscribing to this YouTube channel. That's all we post is WWE related content. So if you're a WWE fan, again, consider subscribing. It's free. You can always change your mind later. So, with Jey Uso losing the World Heavyweight Championship to Gunther, the big question again is what is next for Jey? Now, obviously, there is always the real possibility of him actually being legitimately injured, taking some time off, and then kind of going from here. And they obviously played into this throughout the course of their match, saying repeatedly that Jey was not 100% after everything that happened at Money in the Bank. So maybe he is legitimately hurt and maybe he's just taking some time off to rehab some injuries. That part we don't know anything about. But if he is not going to take any time off, what lies ahead for him? One thing that immediately popped into my mind was that vacant spot in the King of the Ring tournament. When they showed the entire bracket for the King of the Ring tournament, there was one spot that was left open in the match that involves Rusev, Sheamus, and Bronson Reed. Now, given the amount of size in that match, I would assume that it would be someone about their size, but if it is Jey Uso, would he actually win that match? Because those are four very, very large human beings. And Jey Uso, while he isn't necessarily the smallest human being, he's also not the biggest. But that could be a way for WWE to try to get him back into the title picture. And like I mentioned earlier, this being the second short title reign for Jey Uso and having him lose it on an episode of Monday Night Raw is kind of interesting. Again, they spent so much time building this guy up into main event Jey Uso. And the in-house audience, the people who actually are attending the shows, absolutely love Jey Uso. The fans on the internet, they don't really like Jey Uso. Now, I don't love Jey Uso, but I don't hate him either. There are times where I really, really enjoy Jey Uso. Times when he gets super serious, like we were seeing before WrestleMania as he was getting ready to take on Gunther there. And one thing that has really, really bothered me with Jey Uso is when he goes back and does the whole run it back, hit my music, and everyone does the yeet thing again. To me, that is just super, super annoying, and it just ruins the flow of the show. And I think that may be a reason as to why Jey fell out of favoritism amongst the internet fans. And while, yes, I know some of them were on commercial break, but some of them were live on TV. And Jey Uso losing the World Heavyweight Championship the way he did still makes him look relatively strong because he didn't tap out, he didn't lose to some goofy move, he passed out. So in the grand scheme of things, I think Jey is still relatively in the thick of things. While he may not necessarily be carrying the World Heavyweight Championship anymore, his avenue to get back there is kind of weird and confusing because, again, we really don't know how he can get back there. Now, one theory that I have seen online is a possible reuniting of the Usos, Jimmy and Jey coming back together and forming a tag team once again. And I honestly don't want to see that. Because again, if they do that, it would ruin everything that WWE has tried to build with Jey Uso over the past couple years. Jey spending all that time talking about wanting to do things on his own, wanting to make a name on his own. And for him to just go back and reunite with Jimmy would just feel like an ultimate waste of what everything that he's been doing over the course of the past couple years. So I really don't know what lies ahead for him. Maybe it is just as simple as him being in the King of the Ring tournament and possibly winning it. So this is where I want to hear from you guys. What do you think happens next with Jey Uso? Do you think he enters the King of the Ring tournament, and do you think he wins it if he is in it? And would you like to see Jey reunite with Jimmy and form the Usos again? For me, again, I really don't have any idea what could be next in line for Jey Uso. Because with a nickname like Main Event Jey Uso, it really just doesn't make a whole lot of sense if he's just never in the main event. And even when he had the title, he still wasn't in the main event. So I don't know. The road ahead for Jey Uso is super, super cloudy, and there's a lot of different ways that you can go with it. So let me know all that stuff down below in the comments. And while you're down there, swing by the description and click the Linktree link. It is the only link in the description for a reason, and that is because it'll take you to all of the social medias for this channel, and I do suggest going and checking out our X page. Besides YouTube, I am most active over on X. We do updates for Monday Night Raw, Friday Night SmackDown, and the PLEs. And above all else, I want the X page to be a place for wrestling fans to go and talk about wrestling, especially if you're like me and you don't have a lot of people to talk to about wrestling. So if you are like me and you're looking for a group of wrestling fans to talk about wrestling with, then swing by an upcoming episode of Monday Night Raw, Friday Night SmackDown, one of the upcoming PLEs, join in on the conversation, and maybe it's for you at the end of the day. With all that said and done, that is going to do it for this video here. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did enjoy it, hit the like button. If you really enjoyed it, hit the subscribe button. Both are free, and both really help out the channel a lot. And if you have made it to this point of the video, I want to say thank you very much for taking the time out of your busy day to watch these videos here, because it really, really means the world to me. And as always, stay tuned for more WWE related content coming in the future. We'll see you next time.